guys, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm so excited you guys decided to join me today on this lovely day. For me, it's a Sunday, but I mean, I don't know which day you're watching. If you're watching on release, it's on Sundays because I release new Sims 4 speed builds every Sunday, and then I do Stardew Valley Let's Plays every Wednesday. And yeah, today we're building in the Sims 4 obby because it's a Sunday, and we're building an apartment for a foster parent. So I imagined that they fostered a lot of dogs. I imagine there's probably like anywhere from like 2 to 4 dogs in this apartment at a time, which honestly apartments suck to have dogs in, but as long as they're like potty trained, it's fine. But yeah, I also not recently, but I have built in this apartment before. This is 2B Jasmin Suites. And so I'll link that right up here in a card for you guys to go and watch that one. It was a budget build. This one's not a budget build. It comes out to be like 38,000, so like not terribly expensive. I use a decent number of packs. I usually use a lot of cats and dogs from Parenthood, and then obviously City Living for this pack. And I tried to make it kind of like eclectic, and a little bit worn. Not really worn, but not like fully modern, if that makes sense. So, yeah, we're building in here. I was just really excited by the idea of, like, parents. I also use some things I don't frequently use. Like, I haven't used this refrigerator in a while. I used to be obsessed with it. Haven't used it in a while. And then I used, like, kind of, there's not an exact matching stove, but a base game one has a similar swatch. And then I have been using these, like, the Parenthood cabinets are, like, one of my favorites, but I have always wanted to use, like, this fruit bowl I'm about to get out, and it worked perfect because I didn't want to put a cabinet against the window, and I didn't want it just to end randomly, and so putting that there worked. I also did this half wall to kind of have a designated entry space without it, like, being closed off, because last time I built here, I had, like, a closed off entryway. I also did tile in the kitchen. Haven't done that in forever. I also am reusing this get-together tile, to kind of give it that worn look, which I also just used in my most recent speed build, which I will link up above for you to go watch as well. And I also used the fence from, I think it's Get to Work, that like little one to kind of make it look like, what is that called? Like a threshold, I believe is what it's called, in between the tile and the hardwood. And then I don't have matching curtains for all of these ones. I also didn't use matching chairs. I mean, I have 2 sets of chairs, but I imagine that the Sim, like, went to, like, Savers or Goodwill or, like, Salvation Army, like, somewhere and, like, got these chairs, like, probably, like, the thrift market in the Sims 4, like, in the Spicer Trade is literally right there. So I imagine they just slowly collected these. And then I used this love seat that I used to always turn into a sectional, but now since we have, like, the sectionals from Dream Home Decorator, I tend to not use them as often, and I really wanted to use that layer rug. I end up using it in the bedroom instead. And then I used a wall-mounted TV because I figured that if it was on the floor, the dogs would be like knocking it over. Like, I know they wouldn't realistically knock it over, but you never know. So and I used like this other chair that doesn't quite match. And I used the worn version of the werewolf's rug and sized it up. Weird version. That is a lot of W's. And then we get in on some toys. I kind of throw those around. There's a lot of dog balls around. I wish there was like different versions of toys. I wish that was something. I'm sure there's that in like the marketplace, but it's not something I haven't looked at the marketplace at all, to be honest, because I really don't want to support, like, the microtransactions whole aspect of it. If there's something fun or interesting you think that I would enjoy in the marketplace, totally, like, give me a shout, and I would love to look at that and see if there's anything there for me, but also I don't want to, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I just start, I'm not going to stop, and so that makes me a little bit less hesitant to go and do that. But now we're putting all the little treats in the kitchen, and I also put out this bag of food. I know that this bag of food would be ripped into if it was my house, but it's not. And then I also put these boxes in. It like looks like it's like, I don't know what's in it, but I imagine it's like dog stuff, obviously, because there's so much dogs in this house. But yeah, I put some receipts on the table, and I was just trying to find literally anything else that would make sense. I put that magazine rack over by the side of the bed, and then a little, oh, 1 second here. All right, we're back. I hope that I somehow timed that up right. One of my friends called me, so I just had to quickly hop on and tell him that I'd be on in a few minutes. This is a very short speed build, so it shouldn't take me too terribly long to wrap this up, and then I'll go play some Overwatch with him, which will be fun. But right now we're building. I put up like the leash things. Hopefully it doesn't block. I didn't playtest this build at all. I rarely playtest my builds, so there's that too. And then I ended up putting a bookcase in the hallway. Probably, I don't know. I was like, I really don't want to put like some pictures up. I would like something like the sim can actually do. And so I put that, and then I put a shower tub combo in this like bathroom. I also did a stacked washer and dryer unit. I haven't done one of those in a while. And then it freaking bothers me. I always remember that there's one swatch that like doesn't match for the Parenthood sink and counters, and it's literally the swatch that I'm using right now. So that's super duper annoying. But I ended up just making it with a regular counter and then a sink. And then we throw in like a laundry basket and some like hair care stuff and all of that good stuff. Some toilet paper, all that thingy bobbers. I should plug in my headset because it told me that the battery's low on it. But yeah, we put a flippin' robe in here, and then I stack 2 towels. I've never done that before. I also frequently don't use the base game towels, so that's another thing that I tend to not use. And then I put some little food mats, and I went and put another 4th feeder over there. I like how mismatched they were. Fun. And I also never use that rug with a dog on it. I also never use this bed. I got like this worn bed that comes from Eco Lifestyle. I imagine that it's just like the dog bed. So like they kind of have like worn sheets on it, but the dogs just like get to have free reign to that bed. And I put a whole bunch more toys and a toy box in here, and then I put the freaking dog playing poker. Oh, I love that one. They're playing poker. And then I put up some dog posters. I put up that like adoption poster, and I realized it was for cats, and I was like, they probably don't enjoy cats here. I mean, the cats probably don't enjoy the dogs. The dogs probably enjoy the cats, but it's probably not a two-way street. But yeah, then I put another dog bed in here, and that's pretty much all I put in here. And then we go into, I put a robot in here. Oh, and a thermometer. I forgot to put a thermostat in here. But I put a robot in here because I imagine it's going to be covered in dog hair. Like, covered. So a little Roomba helps. I have a Roomba that, it's interrupted my videos before, so I'm sure you all know. If you've been around the channel at all, you know that it's interrupted my videos before. But putting in a mirror, we're in the primary bedroom now. This is where I get the layered rugs. I honestly don't mind them. Like, they look good under a bed. Like, I feel like that's probably where I should start using them more. I have a hard time using them because it's just like, I don't know. It's just not something that I would personally do. It's a little bit outside of like my comfort zone. But alas, here we are. We also got this like beautiful all autumn print. And then I put another bed, like another pet bed in here, and the laundry hamper. And then I put another bookcase in here because I was like, I need something to go over here. And I was like, they're going to love books and like the outdoors. And the dogs, obviously. And I put rain boots, and then I put a little pillow on the ground because I imagine maybe sometimes like one of like the foster dogs is like scared and she like sleeps on the ground with it, or I don't know what their gender is. And obviously like you don't even have to use this. Your sim could just be like a crazy pet parent. But yeah, and then I did this little ensuite, and this is honestly the last thing we did. I just copied over a lot of the things. And yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. I appreciate you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more things like this, or if you have any build recs, drop those in the comments. My summer is slowly approaching, and I'll be building a crap ton. I might even be going live on Twitch. Crazy. But yeah, if you want to download this, all of the stuff's in the description, and I will yap at you guys later. Bye.